are so miserable because of wild boars? What signal is God sending by sending a giant army of wild boars to attack America? Is this crack as big as a worm stretching for kilometers in Africa a sign of an underground monster? Where did this group of unstable monsters come from? It's so strange. On a tiny island in a Southeast Asian country, what's so spiritual about it that every afternoon something suddenly appears? People are small, there are many mysteries. You can't miss a single moment. Watch now. The mystery appears in the middle of the sea. The first destination is a small sacred island in a country in Southeast Asia. Yes, it's Vietnam. We are standing on an island in Ba, Ria Vung Tau province. On the island, there is a very sacred temple. When the tide goes down in the afternoon, this place always appears enchantingly beautiful, but no less strange. But it was not a sea monster, but a mysterious stone path hidden under the sea appeared. Every afternoon, when the tide goes out, a friend of mine told me that this is an incredibly spectacular scene if you witness it at dusk. According to Eastern culture, everyday tourists and indigenous people come here to pray for luck and peace. Although the road is small in a small country, it makes the listener think big about the famous sea crossing leading to the miraculous search for the Holy Land of the Jews, led by the prophet Moses in legend. When the Egyptian army pursued, Moses used his power to create a dirt road across the sea to rescue his people. In addition, in Hai Phong, Vietnam, and some provinces like Nha Trang, Phu Yen, there are also extremely magical roads hidden under the sea, designed to prevent seasickness.
Number 2. Nightmare Cricket Storm.
Millions of crickets crawled into houses. That was the worrying story of the people of Nevada State, USA in the past few summer months of 2023. After just one night, people woke up and were shocked about millions of crickets. Crickets covered their house. Now, how would you feel when you witnessed this scene happening in your home? Oh, what a nightmare, and of course I don't want that to happen. But the reason it comes makes it difficult for us to stop it. Among the many ways to avoid the heat, this flock of crickets immediately chose to escape the heat by breaking into people's houses and having fun in the city. They cover every corner, house walls, roadbeds, trees, and fly everywhere. When they enter the house, they cling to objects. A resident of Nevada said, "Inside her house, she looked out like the end of the world, feeling like in the Bible Colette Reynolds found herself becoming a hostage in her own house." Factories and schools were all closed due to their illegal intrusion. Disgusting, crickets were everywhere. And next we will come to the section on animals and their funny deaths. First is this ice fox version. Perhaps this fox, intended to be a fox version of the Snow Princess, but unexpectedly slipped and drowned. Next is an impressive school of fish. Even if they die, they must still dance with all their might. Next is a strong frog, which should be hibernating, but no, the frog turned it off to risk its life to cross the icy lake to find a mate. In the end, he froze to death outside.
Dying for a girl is a numbing death. Don't be like me.
Okay.
Finally, there are donkey friends in Turkey who became brothers on a freezing day, and the ending: "I didn't leave you in the sun for 3 years, so you won't leave me in the snow for 1 day." 3. What does the monography in the Indian sky signal? Curiosity overcoming fear. People in an Indian city rushed to the streets to capture strange images of a giant cloud like a tsunami from the sky, preparing to descend. Is this a sign of disaster, that the superiors gave a warning signal to the people here? Many people have exclaimed.
The sky has gone crazy. Mother Nature is angry.
Immediately researching, I learned that this is the phenomenon of tsunami clouds that often appear before storms appear. The scene of a sky full of thick clouds, like a tsunami reversing from the ground to the sky, looks terrifying. Local people in northern India were not yet shocked when they saw this phenomenon, but a short time later, they had to cope with the big storm in June 2023 until now I know, knowing that they still cannot recover to their original state because the damage is too terrible. The camera suddenly recorded an unbelievable scene. Have you ever seen cars traveling in the air? Not a modern flying car, but a car that usually hovers. What? How can a truck fly so fast in the sky? Is it haunted? Does it come from the future? Or is there something pulled from above? Do you think this car can fly? Or is this a fake collage video? Beyond our expectations? This car can fly, all thanks to some helicopter pulling it up. Haha, this scene was filmed. And now I will prove to you that cows really can fly.
Help! Help! Help me! Help!
Actually, these cows are injured, and instead of going by ambulance, they went by helicopter. The cows are like,
Hey, boss. Until then, it's so high up here that my head hurts.
haha. Come on, don't worry. You have a safety rope so you can't fall. 5. The phenomenon of two twin moons in the UAE. On a cool, windy, moonlit night in the sky of the UAE around June 2021, there are two moons. Why does this strange thing happen? There are many opinions that this is a composite photo. Many people filmed it and still don't know what it is, until the truth is shown more clearly. Our Earth actually has only one moon, and this phenomenon is a historic moment for the UAE. They were revealed to be the result of a spectacular projection, created to mark the historic moment that the UAE's HOPE probe entered Mars orbit. Mars has two moons, Phobos and Deimos, and so using the latest technology never used before in the Middle East, images of these two moons were projected into the night sky in Dubai. Wow, this made me say, fake but real. Two top. 6. In the middle of the night, a horrifying discovery. Leaving the pot of blood pudding out in the yard at night, his friend suddenly froze when he saw the terrifying scene. 3 animals are behaving strangely around that pot of blood pudding. It looks really disgusting. A series of comments have suggested that this is an alien creature, but no, this is a species of bat called a devil bat. True to its name, the closer you look, the more you see them like miniature devils. As for the reason why they stand around that pot of blood pudding and why they behave strangely, there is a question. Answer correctly, everyone can predict and comment if it really impresses you. 7. Phenomenon of burning water in China. But the world has changed. In the past, water and fire were always in conflict, but now water can still catch fire. This strange story comes from China. This place has water flowing out every day and bubbling loudly. At first glance, it seems like the water is boiling, but when you take a match and light it, it will burn immediately, and the water caught fire and the fire was very difficult to extinguish. How do you think this phenomenon can be properly explained? I'm shocked, everyone. Last night I was about to go to the bathroom, but I encountered a strange phenomenon and I almost fainted. Damn, what the hell is that? Giant cracks can split continents. The Earth may be about to split the continent. It's not in China, but in Africa. This place seems to be cracking into 2 pieces. There is a giant crack going on here for kilometers long. Oh, I feel like when we break a piece of chocolate into 2 parts. What big thing is happening that causes the Earth to change so violently? Research from scientists shows that the complex geological activities of the tectonic plates around Africa, which are gradually moving apart, will separate the continent into 2 parts and create an ocean. New ocean in millions of years. This phenomenon occurs because our Earth is like a large piece of land. Underneath is the ocean. When it heats up too much, it will split. However, this cracking process will take place over a very long time, up to millions of years. How many continents will the Earth have in the future? How will politics change? Is certainly a big question for time to answer. 9. Where has the most thunder on the planet? I heard a friend of mine say that thunder never strikes the same place twice. So my friend needs to see this video today at Catatumbo in Venezuela. The place is called home of the god of thunder. Why? 5 at one location. On average, every minute, there are 28 lightning flashes, enough to power 100 million light bulbs. This is unbelievable. No one or very few people have ever witnessed it. I just find it difficult to understand why does the lightning god favor this place so much? Strange creatures in Antarctica. This is the strangest creature you will ever see in real life, recently found in the cold Antarctica. Do you think its name is? I'm just kidding. Thinking about it would take me all day. That is a worm with the scientific name Ulagesca gigantea. Possessing an extremely strange appearance with lots of yellow hair that sparkles like metal, the mouth contains many sharp fangs. I and many others are also afraid of these teeth. But if you look closely, it looks beautiful, right? The shiny golden fur feels as smooth as just washed hair. I guess under the kilometer-thick layer of ice in Antarctica. There are many strange animals and creatures, maybe even scary. If you want to explore more, you can suggest me in the comments. 11. Continue to detect strange phenomena in the Chinese sky. A mysterious flying object appeared in China around June 2023. In the sky, spots of light appeared one after another, leaving a bright light and then disappeared, leaving all the people who filmed this video extremely confused. If you look through the screen, can you answer, what is this thing in the sky? Don't answer because many people think this is an alien they are observing Asia. Others say it's a space satellite. Even some kids say it's Santa Claus is collecting gifts to give to us. This Christmas, many scientific inferences, spiritual worries, and humor too. 12. Terrible invasion of wild boars and deer. Oh, so many deer. They roam freely on the road like people participating in traffic. Then here are the wild boars. They are equally natural, running loudly on the roads, attacking people, causing traffic jams, and many other troubles for people. Oh, it is happening in many states and some other European countries, including Italy. How will they deal with the wild boars? Interestingly, state governors in the US have organized legal hunting of wild boars to limit their growth. But 6 million animals in 35 states is not an easy task. They are considered invasive wild boars, causing $2.05 billion in damage to the forestry industry, crops, and livestock producers. Besides, they also spread diseases to humans and pets. In Texas alone, the number of feral pigs has reached 2 million, making this state the epicenter of the wild pig problem. Up to now, they are still using many coping strategies and hope to minimize future damage.